Good evening and welcome to a special television event.
Tonight we celebrate our most enduring and captivating stars.
The genius of our favourite comedies.
The dramas that told compelling Australian stories for the very first time.
The entertainment shows that became appointment viewing across decades.
And the most confronting and groundbreaking public affairs programs of our time.
Join us as the Nine Network presents television's best of the best.
What defines a true television star? Is it the power to make the viewer feel part of every scene? Is it charisma, commitment, or the courage to give even more than the director demands?
Whatever it is, Graham Kennedy had all of those talents and more. Even when television was in its infancy, the King tore down conventions and built a timeless television legend.
Let her go! A very ordinary sketch or a very ordinary, funny commercial was dying the death of a dog until such time as Graham and the team decided to go out on their own.
It's nearly got a quarter of a potato in it. And they've got the hide to charge 20 cents.
Now say something nice. Raoul Merton shoes are really very nice.
That's right.
It's only me that hates them.
Pussy. Yes, now you can buy pussy in a can.
He was always flirting with danger.
The report of a bomb being planted in Studio 9 here in the studio audience has been deemed a false alarm. So I'll just say...
Whoever's egg is undamaged...
A year of good luck.
A year of good luck. OK. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a nasty bit.
We always say it's a fine line between genius and madness, and Graham seemed to fit snugly, brilliantly into both of those boxes. He could be brilliantly mad and madly brilliant.
It was 20 years, 25 years of good times with the man who might believe opened the doors for all television hosts who followed him.
It's a long time, friends. And it proves one thing. I'm brilliant.
During the Beatles tour of Australia in 1964, Ian Meldrum was ejected from a Melbourne concert for being too enthusiastic.
In decades to come, it was that infectious love for music that would expose a generation of new local acts to a massive television audience.
Before Idol, before MTV, there was Countdown and Molly Meldrum.
Molly continually made groundbreaking discoveries, in terms of musical talent. So many bands were discovered on Countdown.
And when Molly did those interviews, if he was interviewing Michael Jackson or Olivia Newton-John, you felt like you were there, like they were speaking to you.
I found a little guy who's a monster on the charts, and his name's Michael Jackson. Michael, welcome to Countdown.
What are you saying?
Give my regards to John Travolta with you.
Oh, Countdown was always prone to its mini disasters, but that was really part of the charm of the show. When Molly stumbled through that interview with Prince Charles and descended into that faux English accent, it was hilarious, but it was really endearing at the same time.
And now we come to the most important part of the program.
I can't recall ever seeing a man with so many years of television experience get as nervous as Molly did in that interview. After all, it's just another interview, just another piece of talent. And Prince Charles himself wasn't too flash either.
Your Royal Highness, it is a pleasure to have you here to help us support the Queen's Silver Jubilee appeal for young Australians.
I'm delighted to be here, obviously, as the patron.
And that's why Countdown was so unique. It wasn't just a carbon copy of that slick American television. It was Aussie TV, warts and all.
Don't you set me up, but you behave yourself.
Molly Meldrum is one of the great eccentrics, and thank God for it, because this industry, this nation needs eccentrics. They're the great entertainers.
Chevron is a goat for 5.
I think Darryl might have been the third member of the television trinity, because in the case of Graham, he was a very young man when he began on television. In my case, I started when I was 18, and Darryl, as a young man, as a teenager, he was the third person to grow up on television, and people saw this transformation.
The world how it will be, way down sea. Yeah!
Darryl won't be embarrassed because he knows I put in a very strong word that, you know, should I be on my way, that Darryl take over the show, because I think he's a very talented young man.
Guess where you're sleeping tonight?
Now, that's probably the best offer Frank's had all week. People believe the real mate. What a friend to you.
If you went to a disco last night, you probably got up and grooved to this next song. It's the pure disco sound of KC and the Sunshine Band and Shake Your Booty.
I think Darryl came out of the school of Graham Kennedy. He's one of those really original late-night variety show style hosts, and he could do a little bit of everything. Sing, dance, act, put it all together, and Darryl was the consummate professional.
I like it loud. I wanna scream at the top of my lungs. I wanna shout.
I think Darryl Somers is definitely one of the kings of live television. There aren't many people around who can do what he does.
After failing to win roles on Newlyweds and Home and Away, this aspiring actress could have been forgiven for returning to her musical theatre roots.
But sheer talent and persistence would see Lisa McCune and her alter ego, Maggie Doyle, become the darlings of Australian television.
Gracing our screens in landmark dramas and collecting 4 consecutive gold Logies, Lisa McCune's bond with a generation of viewers is truly unique.
I think Lisa's portrayal of Maggie Doyle became iconic because she brought so much realism to the role. A lot of people think the character and Lisa are one and the same because every aspect of the character, the dialogue, her expressions, were just so believable.
You saw me getting into a car, that's all.
That's all? You were told quite specifically to stay away from this nightclub.
I had my reasons.
And I'm asking you what they were.
Maggie's death scene in Blue Heelers is done so well because a lot of other TV shows have sort of faded to black at the moment of death, whereas with Lisa McCune, you see that life drain right out of her eyes. You've got Australia's golden girl there, dying in this very sparse sort of warehouse set. It's directed beautifully, it's acted so well, and all of Australia is sobbing the night that she dies in Blue Heelers.
Somebody help me!
The winner is Lisa McCune.
All I want to say is I've grown up watching Australian television and loved it, and have been inspired by so many people in this room, and so therefore it's a great honour to be here. And I hope that in 20 years' time I'm still working here with everybody here.
Coming up after the break, the iconic lady writer on the TV.
The man who made our famous and infamous bare their souls to the nation.
And the moon face that lit up screens across 6 decades.
That's when we return on television's best of the best.